Hi, I'm Granny, and we're going down the rabbit hole of Simo Hayha and why he was called the White Death. He was born December 17th, 1905, in southern Finland. He was the seventh of eight children in a Lutheran family of farmers. His father, Juho, was the owner of Mattia farm, while his mother, Katrina, was a loving and hard-working farmer's wife. He attended school in the village of Mattia and helped cultivate the family farm alongside his elder brother. Before his military service, he was a farmer and he enjoyed hunting and skiing. Simo joined the Civil Guard, a Finnish voluntary militia, at 17. He excelled in shooting competitions in the area, and his home was reportedly filled with trophies for his marksmanship. He was shy and often in the back of group photos, but later successes forced him to be more prominent. In 1925, he was 19 when he began his 15-month compulsory military service and placed in the Bicycle Battalion. I'd never heard of that. Bicycle Battalion number 2, and in the Viipuri province. He served as a conscript officer and did not receive formal sniper training until 1938. Simo considered himself a farmer and a man of the woods, but during World War II, he became known as the White Death. The Soviet Union invaded Finland during the especially harsh winter of 1939. Armed with a rifle with iron sights, which he preferred over the new scopes, dressed all in white, he used his patience, instinct to crawl through forests to defend his home and country. According to records, the Soviets used patrols, artillery, counter snipers to try to stop him. He was known by them as the White Ghost, the White Witch, White Death, and they all feared him. Simo dealt with the intense cold by dressing in layers of clothing. To keep his strength up, he kept sugar and bread in his pockets. His small frame of 5'3" helped disguise his positions. He would create a snow pit where he could lie still and observe the enemy for long periods of time. It was his method to move before daybreak to the position he had prepared and stay there until after sunset. His hiding place was frequently packed with dense mounds of snow to conceal himself and his rifle to reduce the characteristic puff of snow caused by the muzzle blast. He would also keep snow in his mouth. That's amazing to me. To prevent his breath in the cold air from giving away his position. Simo never shared how many kills he had, but his own private diary, discovered in 2017, states it. He begins by stating that, quote, "This is his sin list," end quote, believing the total number to be around 500, the highest number of sniper kills in any major war. A week before the end of the war with Russia, on March 6, 1940, Simo was hit by an explosive bullet by a Red Army soldier. It tore through his face, shattering his lower jaw. After the battle, he appeared to be dead and was placed in a pile of corpses. Later, someone noticed his foot moving. He was removed from the pile and taken to the hospital. His recovery was long and difficult, requiring multiple surgeries and long, painful treatments, leaving visible scars that remain for the rest of his life. And pictures show how that looked towards the end of his life. The Continuation War, also known as the Second Soviet-Finnish War, was a conflict fought by Finland and Nazi Germany against the Soviet Union during World War II. It began with the Finnish declaration of war on June 5, 1941, and ended on September 19th, 1944, with the Moscow Armistice. When the Continuation War broke out, Simo requested permission to return to the front lines, but was denied because of the severity of his injuries he was still recovering from. Simo spent the Continuation War on the home front tending his farm. He never married and lived as a bachelor. He enjoyed working, but he suffered from loneliness and night fears. Not unlike many veterans, nights were especially difficult for him, what we now understand as PTSD. Not everyone appreciated his efforts. He was often met with hate and even received death threats. His injuries left him with recognizable facial scars, so he avoided large groups of people. He had friends, spent time at his parents' and siblings' homes after the war. Eventually, farm work became too difficult for him, so he put the farm up for rent and moved to an apartment building. Again, like many veterans, Simo rarely spoke of his war experiences. He was asked in 1998 how he had become such a good shot, and he replied simply, quote, "Practice," end quote. In an interview in 2001, shortly before his 96th birthday, Simo was asked if he felt remorse for having killed so many people. I find that question so offensive, insulting. Anyway, he replied, quote, "I did what I was told as well as I could. There would be no Finland unless everyone had done the same," end quote. Simo lived his last years in a war veterans nursing home where he died April 1st, 2002 at 96 years of age. He was buried in his hometown. There are books and movies based on Simo Hayha, The White Death, The White Witch, or The White Ghost. I believe all veterans suffer survivor's guilt, and I hope they can find peace from Simo's statement, quote, "I did what I was told as well as I could. There would be no Finland," and I add, "or America, unless everyone had done the same," end quote. Thanks for spending this time with me. Please join me again when Granny goes down the rabbit hole. Please subscribe, share, and thank you.